This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Welcome back, everybody. This is for anybody who owns a business, or maybe you lead a team in a business, you manage it, maybe they're CEO, whatever it may be. Wouldn't it be great if you could find somebody that could help you with, let's say, project management, maybe help you with some programs. Maybe you need somebody to facilitate on-the-job training. Maybe you're looking to up your game, thinking about maybe a leadership coach, or maybe a corporate coach, or maybe you have a nonprofit that you're responsible for and you want somebody that also has that in their wheelhouse. Wouldn't it be great just to find somebody who's just right for you in all those areas, or even just one of those areas? Well, I found somebody. Her company is actually called Just Right Business Services, and we're going to learn everything that she offers, maybe how you can improve your business and how things go. Laurel Jones joins us today on the program. How are you doing?
I am great and getting better every second.
What? I love your positivity. Welcome. I have so much to learn from you today. Why don't we look at some of the services that you offer? And if I may just kind of dig into a few of those, would that be all right?
That'd be great.
When we talk about program management, now you help companies with that. How do you define program management?
Program management is overseeing several projects that are going on, making sure that they're in alignment and that they are meeting the strategic objectives of the organization. So program management is kind of like being the mother hen over a bunch of little babies.
All right. That would be me. Put that check mark down there, because I've got like 15 different things going on all at once, and it's hard to focus on one strategically and successfully when you've got a bunch going on. So I totally get that. Now, I mentioned on-the-job training. How do you help companies with that?
Well, we work with them as far as helping them with employee culture. We are a positive employee culture organization. So we work with them by, first of all, helping their teams to better understand themselves, and then to better understand the people that they're working with. We partner with Wiley, who has the Everything Disc program. Well, it's a tool that we use for personal assessments, and it's on a Catalyst platform, which gives the folk opportunity to go and directly look into the system and get tips about better ways to communicate with people who are different from themselves. It starts off by helping them to understand themselves, and then looking at their teammates or their constituents and understanding those respective work styles, and then giving them tools and tips on better communication and how to approach them with different scenarios.
All right. So I'm on the board of the Girl Scouts in this area. I'm in New York, and we did a retreat recently, and I brought somebody in, and leadership coaching is what they do. This is before I knew you, and they did a DISC assessment on every member of the board. All I'm going to say is, whoa, just a few questions. That was it. It took maybe 10 minutes. And so spot on and so insightful, to the point where we were pairing people or putting groups of people together among the board who would be best to work with each other. Does that sound right?
That sounds about right. But it's also when you have those leaders who are different, and figuring out how to make sure that they hear what you're saying. So it gives you those little back end tools as to how to communicate with different styles.
Yeah. While we're on this, let's put the spotlight on this for just a moment. Those assessments, what are some different styles? I forget. This was about roughly 2 months ago. I got to go over my DISC assessment, but what are some of the, I forget what they're called, but categories that people could fall into? Do you recall?
Work styles. They are different work styles.
Okay.
And I am about to pull up a presentation so I can make sure I give you the exact information.
For sure. Yeah, it's simple, but it's not.
It is simple. Yes. But okay, those styles are D for dominance,
Ah,
And that those people are typically direct and firm and strong-willed. They are very opinionated and they think they are right. Okay. They're forceful and they look for results. The next style around the circle is influence. And those are the outgoing people, like me, enthusiastic, optimistic, high-spirited, and lively. But I'm kind of like a blend because I'm an ID. So I have that trait, but I'm also kind of dominant. So I like to see the results. I push a little bit, you know?
mm-hmm.
And then there's the S, the steadiness style. Those are the even-tempered people. They're accommodating, they're patient, they're humble, they're tactful. They may have a great idea, but because they don't want to interrupt anybody, they'll hold it to themselves and just kind of be quiet. And then you have the conscientious folk, the C's. They're analytical, reserved, precise. They love data. They're private and they're systematic. They do things methodically. They have an approach for how they do everything.
Mm. It is so insightful when you start going a little bit deeper into it. And the wake up for me in a lot of this, Laurel, started the year before when I did a strength assessment.
Mhm.
And it was the Clifton Strengths.
I've heard of it.
And I'll be honest, it was another retreat with the Girl Scouts the year before. And I'm laying in
Girl
bed, I was
Scouts
like,
have really been good to you, huh?
well, we do good stuff. That's why I'm on the board. And I've been there like since 2019, 18, something like that. Um,
Okay.
I was laying in bed the night before and was like, oh, I got to do this strength assessment thing. Oh, all right, I'm take out my phone. You know, you go through it. It took me like 30 minutes of answering questions, not unlike the disc assessment, which was super quick. And out of the 34 strengths that came up, I got to tell you, that was spot on for me. Like it was like, and not that I didn't take it seriously. I answered honestly the questions and everything, but these tools that are out there, the disc and all of it,
Mhm.
they can really, really fortify your company, your organization. I had no idea. You don't know until you know, and it was a wake up call. And this is just part of what you offer, within your coaching, right?
It surely is.
Hmm.
All of our coaching starts with a personal assessment, and we use the different DISC models depending on the type of coaching. With our coaching, we have the personal alignment, and with all of the layoffs happening, this is
Mm,
the one that helps folk to realize that, you know what? I do still have value, despite the fact that the company's reorging or that my role is no longer needed. I might need to kind of reconnect with who I am and
yeah.
get some new direction
Mm,
because the world is changing. It's like the work world has really been thrown in a blender and you never know what's coming out. But the thing that is consistent is that person that you look at in the mirror. Okay. And once you know who that person is and start to realize, like you have done the strength assessments, but start to realize what you're passionate about, what you lose time doing, those things.
mm,
That's the personal alignment. And then for those managers and supervisors and trainers out there who are managing the chaos, who are changing directions for their teams, and a lot of times what I've seen is while they're doing this, they're not taking care of themselves physically. They're because they are so rushed, so pushed, so driven for results, they're not really caring for their teams. And which trickles down to the work that's being performed. Okay. So helping them as far as being reconnected with who they are, taking care of themselves, but also giving them practical tools because my Six Sigma background, my project management background helps them with some methodologies and some tools that they can use practically. But being true to yourself, taking care of yourself is something that I know that the management development as well as our leadership progress. Leadership progression is for those leaders, those directors, executives, etc., who are so driven because the shareholders are concerned because the earnings didn't come in right and they're sleeping like a baby, sleeping for 15 minutes and waking up because, oh my God, I gotta face these people. Yeah, they need some balance as well.
mm. Oh, we could do 10 podcasts on self-care alone.
Agreed.
And I get it. And that was the very beginning of my journey in the last 5 years. Um, just realizing that why that's important. What is it? It's to the point now where if I don't do something for myself, self-care related, it could be go to
Mhm.
the gym, take a walk,
Exactly.
meditate, whatever. I feel like I cheated myself, like I ripped myself off. It's a different mindset uh, that comes to the forefront. You said reconnect with ourselves. So I'm going to go a little deep here. When we say that, do we all need to reconnect, or are some of us not even connected? We've never connected with self. I'm just trying to look at that in two ways. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are there are several people who have never connected,
How
okay,
do you
with
how do you know you have?
you know you have because you start to know what makes you happy. You
Mm,
start to know what brings you joy. You start to live outside of what your mother said, what your cousin said, what your friends said, and you find what makes you happy. And for me, I found that through my relationship with God. And I know that God can be the universe or howsoever other people, but realizing that I was created with a purpose. There is something that I do uniquely that nobody else does, nobody else has.
hmm
Each one of us come with that seed. I believe each one of us have that seed. And once you start to tap into that connection, getting into nature, doing the exercise, whatever it is that gets you back to that self-healing, self-motivating, that's when you're connected. And it's different for everybody because we come from different backgrounds. We come from different ways of living. But being able to find your thing, connecting to your thing that brings you peace, that thing that brings you contentment. And also, even though this is more than just you, connecting to a community that's going to encourage you and support you and let you know, remind you that you are valuable. Okay.
mm. And
That's
somebody
what,
somebody to hold you accountable too.
indeed,
And
indeed.
that's where you come in. Um,
And,
Tell me about your journey, Laurel. How did you get to this point in helping people in business grow themselves and their business?
well, actually, that started with, I'm going to say, inspiration, confirmation, and a not so gentle nudge from corporate America. Okay. I truly give the credit to God because that is my source for strength and guidance. Okay. But the business actually came in February of 2024 while I was still a Six Sigma Black Belt consultant for an organization. At that time, I didn't know that the universe was going to either bring me a gift or kick me in the butt. But, the layoff came.
Hmm
And originally, my thought was the coaching, because as I said, I was observing the stress and the wear and tear on the team leads, the managers, the directors, the people that were reporting to senior leadership. That was the coaching initiative. But then after I got my set free to flourish notice, that's what I'm going to call it.
Ha ha, I love that. Got to remember that one. That was a good one. Mm.
Then I started to realize that, you know what? I could actually help organizations because I was doing that. Okay. So I wanted to use what I had learned, what I have learned, my Six Sigma Black Belt experience, my project management experience, and I'm certified in both. But I wanted to use that because I see the impact that it brings to organizations. I can help people not only sing the same song, but get in rhythm as they're singing that song. So I wanted to use that to help the organizations, but it still goes back to realizing we're all human.
Do you believe that things truly happen for a reason? That you were set free to flourish? Um, might have been uncomfortable at the moment. I get it.
It was, yes,
Initiated some very deep soul searching,
it did indeed.
but and there are some people that say you look at those and you look for the lesson because there's a lesson in everything.
I believe it wholeheartedly.
What was your lesson?
My lesson was that I am more than the badge that I was wearing around my neck.
Mm,
Okay. And that as long as I continue to give of myself, the gifts that I have, that I'm benefiting, I'm a beneficial presence here on this earth, not just for me, because I have learned a lot. I have acquired a lot of skills, but my gift back is to use that to help other people avoid some of the detours that I think I had to go down and to rebound from what our current work environment is today. Because nobody is sure, no matter what your role is, that you're going to have a job tomorrow. I mean,
The-
even look at the federal government, okay, which used to be the safest place to go.
Oh, that was the number one place. Benefits, blah, 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 blah. Pensions.
Exactly.
And if you go back 20, 30 years, even your parents, 50, whatever it might be, you're out of job 20 years, you get the gold watch, and it's like, yeah,
Exactly. That's
retirement's coming, everything's gonna be great. Nothing
not
is
so today.
guaranteed. And I don't mean this in a negative way. It's just the way it is. There's no loyalty. There just isn't. And unfortunately, employers don't have loyalty to employees so much anymore, and the other way around. And we're just, we're living more in the moment than we ever have, I guess. I guess that's where that is.
Well, that's a nice way of putting it. It's
Mm.
really a lot of uncertainty, which is difficult for folk because we like that predictability. We like that knowing
Sure.
that if I get up and go to work every day at 7 o'clock and get off at 4 o'clock, or work overtime, that they will see what I did and they
Oh,
will reward me.
yes.
Those days are
Honestly,
gone.
life is a lesson like we're talking about. That was my hard lesson. Um, in that I never took all of my vacation time for the exact reason that you just said. And it was only later in life where I realized, duh, you earned it. Think of it as
Yeah.
money. You earned it. Take it. But we
Yeah.
have that mentality. And if that works and supports you, that's fine. But it doesn't guarantee you're going to be there, forever or, for a long period of time. Um, while we're talking about coaching, I know you have something coming up tonight. Tell us about that.
Yes, we have our quarterly free coaching session. It's the beginning of our coaching session because we do a package of 3 sessions. And this would be our orientation where the audience gets to know who Just Right Business Services is. We also call ourselves JRBS to shorten it a little bit. But and also introduce me. Well, now the audience knows a little bit about me because I've been talking to you, Steve. But they get to know a little bit about me and a lot about Just Right Business Services. And then we also have them to look at our current environment and what they want to do and to make a decision whether you want to continue with the coaching or if you want to just take the nuggets and go down your own path. But we also give you some warnings about no man is an island and we all do need support. We need each other.
Mm,
So that is offered tonight. And it's a free session. So that's like $125 worth of services and coaching and wisdom that you're going to get for free.
nice, nice. And these podcasts, you can find us at any time. It could be past today's date, which is June 5th, 25. Um, if somebody wants to find you, how do they locate you if they even just want to start a conversation?
They can contact us through the website at www, and it's spelled out except for the last word, Just Right Business, SV as in victory, CS.com. Or contact me directly, and that's Laurel and you spell it all out, Laurel at justrightbusinessservices.com. And I think you can see.
Yeah, I got you in the back there. I see it. So, a question. You mentioned black belt, right?
Yes.
How has that helped you in your professional life, your personal life?
Oh man, that has been one of the tools that I am so very glad that I have. Learning Six Sigma helped me to understand processes for one, how to design them, how to improve them. And then it also helped me to understand what waste really is, meaning wasted time, wasted motion, wasted inventory,
Mm,
storing things up and letting them, and the value of them sitting there as opposed to using it. It also helped me to know that anything can be changed. We can make improvements continuously. Okay. And no matter where you stand, if you're looking at something that's happening and you see it's a problem, you can figure out how to delve into that problem. Might not be able to afford to fix it right now, but we can make it more efficient. So that has helped me with work. That has helped me with home. That has helped me with budgeting a lot. It's a very good skill.
I would imagine too, discipline.
Yes. Yes, discipline is definitely one of the things that you get out of that because you have to be disciplined as you're working through the process. Because typically, and where I learned, I got my black belt through United Healthcare insurance company.
Oh, well,
Okay. So we were always thrown into chaos, meaning something was wrong when we had to go and work on that project. There was a backlog. There was a problem with the claim system. There were problems with the communication with the patients. There were problems. So that discipline has helped me to kind of embrace, no, not kind of, I kind of like challenges. I like the chaos because we are the light and the calm that comes in and then helps to streamline it and get everybody on board.
so you work for United Healthcare for a
I
period?
did.
Hmm.
Yes, I did.
I got to tell you, looking at the insurance, system situation, if you could work there, you could work with anybody. It's like seriously, I can't imagine. There's so much going on, so many challenges. Um, yeah, wow. And different aspects too. You're dealing with the public systems,
With
programs.
regulatory systems, regulatory requirements from different jurisdictions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Um, Final question. If
Okay.
you had to adopt a mantra from where you are in life right now, it doesn't have to be yours. You don't have to make it up, but a couple of words that would describe you, your feeling, your vibe at this point in your life. What do you think it might be?
No matter your title, whether you're mom, manager, deacon, preacher, executive, at the end of the day, we're all just humans trying to figure it out. Okay. So give yourself permission to keep living and keep learning. Keep learning because there's always something you can learn from everybody. Life
Hmm.
has a funny way of opening up when you actually pay attention to it one day at a time.
Thank you for that. And it's my belief that we are here to create, learn, and teach, but learn. Yes, Sir Isaac Newton said, what we know is a drop, what we don't know is the ocean.
I like it. I might have to
And
steal that one from you. Okay.
we're playing pass it on with quotes, but once you start learning new things, like the world opens up. It just
It does.
you feel fulfilled, and then I heard that quote. What am I doing? I'm sharing it with you. You just learned it from me. I learned it from somebody else.
Okay.
Laurel, great talking with you. Really appreciate all your insight. You offer so much, which we'll get to even deeper into future podcasts. Again, best way to find you?
Best way to find me is Laurel, Laurel, at justrightbusinessservices.com all together. That's my email. Or contact us through the website, www.justrightbusiness, V as in victory, CS.com.
Thank you for being here today. Thank you for your positivity and your vibe, and looking forward next time we get together.
Thank you, Steve. Have a great one. I appreciate the time.
Likewise, we'll be right back.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.